Hello friends, welcome into the Cowboys Report presented by BetDSI, the internet's #1 sportsbook. I am your host Tom Downey, here with our latest installment of Cowboys fan rumors, everything coming in from our Cowboys Report channel over at youtube.com/Dallas Cowboys Report. First off, my name is 905. I'm sorry your parents named you after a number. That's just kind of mean of them. Anyway, he says, as for the first half being boring, really, did you have any idea what our defense did to hold the ball out of Ryan's hands? Or how the offense ate the clock up and all that. And he kept going on another comment here as well about how the nuances of the game were important. I think we can get that up on screen here as well in just a second. He says that Matt Ryan is as lethal with Aaron Rodgers with the ball. Says, give credit where credit is due. Boring, says I don't know the nuances of the game. Oh, I know the nuances of the game. Nuances are boring. Like, who cares? The Cowboys beat the Falcons, yeah. The first 3 quarters had 12 points. All of them were field goals. So unless you like defense, which let's not kid ourselves here, the vast majority of people much prefer high-scoring games, that game was indeed boring. Let's look at it this way, right? On one hand, you've got Chiefs and the Rams both putting up over 50, and on the other one, you've got the Cowboys and the Falcons in a snooze fest for 3 quarters. The bar is here with the Rams. The Cowboys-Falcons game was all the way down here. That game was boring. Now, of course, the fourth quarter was fun, but the first 3 quarters, that was boring. That was not a fun game to watch compared to other actual high-scoring contests. All right, next up from Juan Castillo says, can we get Earl Thomas this offseason? Kind of been quiet, of course, on this front because, well, ET's hurt, the trade deadline's over, and all that. But I think there's a decent chance. I'll give it 2 stars for now. He will hit the open market this year. But always remember, folks, Earl Thomas's #1 priority is to get paid right now. I don't know if Seattle's going to pay him. Now, maybe someone else will. But I think the Cowboys will make a run at Earl Thomas. They clearly want him on the roster right now, and for good reason. Imagine putting Earl Thomas at the very back end of the secondary. Now, Xavier Woods has upped his play the past couple weeks, but he's still not Earl Thomas. So should the Cowboys make a move to sign Earl Thomas in the off-season, type Y for yes, type N for no. Even with Amari Cooper, even with Tank Lawrence's pending contract, possibly with Cole Beasley as well, you still should have just enough money to pay Earl Thomas if that's the route you want to go, but you probably can't afford Tank, Thomas, Beasley, and David Irving as well. All right, folks, today's show is brought to you by BetDSI. Head over to chatsports.com/bet and use promo code Cowboys120 for a 120% deposit bonus. Put down $50, they're going to give you $60. Put down $100, they'll give you $120. Put down $500, they'll give you $600 extra to bet with on BetDSI, but only if you use promo code Cowboys120. All right, America Garcia next up. I don't always pick the negative ones, or the ones I disagree with here. He says the Cowboys still need an offensive coordinator. I agree, or I should say a new offensive coordinator. 4 stars on this one. Linehan, I think, remains on the hot seat. Yes, the past 2 weeks have been better, but if the Cowboys collapse, I think Linehan, Garrett could all be gone as well. The offense overall has not been good enough this year. And it's okay, I guess, for now. It's passable for now. But who trusts Linehan and Garrett and co. for an entire season? I certainly don't. So let me know. Do you want Linehan fired? Type KS for keep Scott. Type FS for fire Scott. At the end of the year, hey, maybe the Cowboys make a deep playoff run and a team hires Linehan away as their new head coach. How perfect would that be? All right, John D. next up says they need a kicker. This guy, meaning Brett Maher, is too unreliable, and they won, but he's terrible. I'm only going to give this one 1 star. I get why some are upset with Maher because he's missed a kick in 4 straight games, be it a field goal or an extra point, but he also did just hit the game winner against the Atlanta Falcons. And he's back on my probation list, but who else are you going to get? Do you want Roberto Aguayo? That's who you're looking at out there. You don't find kickers right now. There is a lack of competent kickers in the NFL. The reality is that Brett Maher is a competent kicker as we sit right now. Now, who do you wish was the Cowboys kicker? Type B if you want to bring back Dan Bailey, or M if you want to stick with Maher. I know many of you are going to pick Dan Bailey, and I get why, but maybe you actually shouldn't. Here are the stats this season. Maher, 95% versus 94% on extra points. Field goals, 21 of 25. Verse 14 of 17, Brett Maher, folks, is making significantly less money. He's better from distance, has a stronger leg than Dan Bailey, and has been more accurate. I get that there's good reason to be upset with Maher at times, but compared to the other options out there, and even compared to Dan Bailey, It's weird to say, but Maher's the better choice right now. Now, if he falls apart down the stretch, we can make a change, but I'm still going to go with Maher. All right, one last one from Walter Raleigh, I think is how you pronounce that there. Says, Jerry Jones needs to sell to Trump so he can make the Cowboys great again. I kind of think you're kidding, and if so, I got a chuckle out of it. But in case you're not, no, terrible idea. This is a disastrous idea. Don't do it. First off, we've seen Donald Trump as a football owner. Did not work out for the USFL. By the way, he claims he had a chance to buy the Cowboys back in 1984 for $50 million. And he ended up not doing it because he thought it would not be a good investment. Wrong on that one. Trump, by the way, has tried to buy an NFL team in the more recent past, and the NFL has said no because they don't want Trump around. Oh, by the way, I don't think many of the players would like playing for Donald Trump, given what he has said about the national anthem. That might be a big issue there for some players. So, hard pass on Trump as the next Cowboys owner. All right, folks, the Cowboys play the Redskins coming up this Thursday, Thanksgiving. We'll have highlights after the game, but predict the score. But until then, of course, before kickoff, a couple of you always try to get your score predictions in after the game starts or once the game's over. We're not dumb. There are timestamps. We see those come in after the end of the game. You don't qualify. So again, DM me on Twitter at WhatGoingDowney if you guys want in. If you get the score exactly right and you're the first one to do it, I'll send you guys $25. So DM me on Twitter, and then stay tuned for after the game. We'll have highlights for you from Cowboys and the Redskins.